Alright, this is the kid Johnny Bravado. I'm going to weigh in on the Trayvon Martin case, and I'm going to give you what's going to happen and what actually probably did happen. It's called common sense, and I'm going to show you how to use it, because a lot of you guys on both sides are lacking it. Very simple. Young Trayvon, 17, young adult, watching the NBA the All-Star game. Goes to get some Skittles and some tea, a little snack. It's raining, so he throws on a hoodie, walks down the street, gets his snacks, comes back. On his way back, he finds a man in his car looking at him. This man, George Zimmerman, calls the police and says Trayvon is acting suspicious, which shows you where George Zimmerman's head was at. I don't think George Zimmerman is a racist. I've seen racism. Trust me, he's not a racist. He might be misinformed, and being misinformed, he's going to stereotype, and he's going to strongly have prejudices against certain people. That's it. That's where he lies at. I don't think he's coming down and finding kids that are African American and like directing towards them. I think overall he just has a prejudice against some. That doesn't make him a racist, because everybody's prejudiced. For real. And that's common sense. Okay. So let's get back to the story here. Trayvon sees George. George gets on the 911 and calls it in, which he shouldn't have done, period, point blank, because the kid wasn't doing anything wrong. George, being the watchful dog, decides to follow Trayvon after the 911 call. And we already know that he followed him. It's not that he got enticed to. He followed him. They met up in the back. Trayvon was like, who is this kid following me? What is this man doing? At some point, it doesn't matter who threw the first blow. You already had unwanted advances, and someone was being a little bit vigilante and wanted to make sure that they got the perp, which there was no perp. And so a fight ensues, or a scuffle ensues, however you want to put it. Doesn't matter. What matters is this. Somebody followed the kid. The kid stuck up for herself and started boxing. Straight up whooped the boy. Straight up just whooped him. Yeah. Whooped George Zimmerman. And George, being a scary individual, cried for help. Those are real cries for help. As in George, what George said is that Trayvon saw his gun. Now, if I'm Trayvon, I'm going to beat him until there's no beating him anymore. If a person you're fighting has a gun, you have to eliminate the threat. That's just common sense. So if I seen it, I am trying to kill you. Period, point blank. And for those who say, well, he should have stopped and got up and ran. Let me think about it. If somebody has a gun, you're fighting them, I get up and run, I get shot. Or I can knock them out, get up, and run. I'm going to knock them out. Period, point blank. Well, what ends up happening is that nobody comes to the attention of George, and he's screaming, he's yelling for help, and so he takes the sucker way out, which is pulling a gun on him, and kills Trayvon, and now his face is on the grass, and he's gone. And George walks up and walks away, and waits for the police and says, yes, I killed this kid. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Now, should George be arrested and put on trial and go to jail? Hell yeah. He should serve 30 years. He's going to get manslaughter. He should serve his 30 years and just be that's what it is. Lesson learned. Don't carry guns. Don't try to be something you're not. If you're gonna be in that capacity, follow the steps and then exercise common sense.